Welcome to Simply Bitcoin. We break down the news from Twitter, the daily fail, the meme review, software releases, and the websites by plebes or plebs. Drop us a like, subscribe. We're going to the numbers. Let's do it. All right. At the time of this recording, the block height is 688,430. The Bitcoin price, 31,940. Chain rewrite days, 836. Total public Lightning capacity, 1,595.63. Bitcoin versus gold market cap, 5.15%. And sats per dollar, we are now above 3K, 3,124 sats per your dollar. You're getting more sats. More sats for the dollar.
My man, we are
I
50.
stacked twice today.
Yeah, me too.
I have like almost nothing left here. It's pretty bad, but it's okay.
Running out of black powder. Yeah. Man. We are 50% down from all-time high. That's a pretty big dip, Phil.
It is. It is indeed.
Cheaper sats, 50% off right now. Get them while they're cheap. Get that corn while it's cheap. Yep. But anyways, Phil, it's time for it.
The daily fail. All right. This is a tweet that comes from Bitcoin Error Log, John Carvalho. Anyways, yeah, we're going back here on. It looks like Nassim just keeps, he just keeps doubling down on Bitcoin and how much he hates it and how much he's just smarter than everyone. Let's take a peek. So. This is Peter McCormack's tweet. Would you discuss your findings in this paper with me? I'd like to explain to you why I think you're wrong. I believe this paper is not objective, rather written from a position of wanting to confirm your recent anti-Bitcoin position. So here comes Taleb with his elegance. Listen, effing idiot. Go write your own rebuttal. The only good thing your amoeba brain is good at is in harassing mobs, intimidating innocent people who have a different opinion, pushing them to close their Twitter accounts. So stay quiet on my thread and keep your mouth shut. Wow. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna move on from that one, okay? Because so Taleb essentially. I don't know. I believe that I believe that he's released his paper, or he's going to release his paper, but he's got some anti-Bitcoin rhetoric BS. Okay, that he's coming out with. So here we got a comment from Corey from Swan Bitcoin. The Taleb paper is a nothing burger, which I agree. A dozen Bitcoiners will shred it by noon tomorrow. Okay, and here we go. Let's just take a little peek. Just a peek. Okay. Transactions in Bitcoin are considerably more expensive than wire transfers or other modes. Or ones in other cryptocurrencies, and orders of magnitudes slower than standard commercial systems used by credit card companies. Anecdotally, while you can instantly buy a cup of coffee with your cell phone, you would need to wait 10 minutes if you used Bitcoin. All completely false. Okay? Just absolutely ridiculously false. The other thing is that credit card companies, anybody who is using a credit card network, okay, or even if you're using a debit card, it is not final settlement, okay? So smoke and mirrors. I mean, this is the guy who wrote the intro to the Bitcoin Standard. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, so Dan Darkpill, man, this guy is just absolutely amazing at putting together all of this data. Okay, that's right. That was a perfect musical cue when I said amazing. That's how good he is. Anyways, whoa. Taleb fans are all now experts in Bitcoin. I'm not surprised, right? Because, Taleb huffing his own farts. Everybody else around him intoxicated with his BS. Okay? Anyways, and they've concluded that the last 12 years didn't happen. Why is he saying that? Because we are about to see a regurgitation of total BS narratives that have already been destroyed and defunct 50 times over. Bitcoin assumes the eternal availability of electricity. Try completing even a single transaction during an extended blackout. I can tell you that all the ATM machines definitely work during extended blackouts. You can always get money when there's no power to power the machines that spit out the money. These people, they sit there and they use these garbage narratives. Like, do you have any idea how much of your life relies on electricity? How much of your life relies on all of these systems working? Really?
If the power went out, Bitcoin would be the least of your problems.
Yeah, it's like, I love that, right? When they sit there and they're like, well, what happens if the internet goes down? Like, trust me, if the whole entire internet goes down, we have way more issues than just Bitcoin. Like, you cannot be this stupid. There's
Which, by the way,
you could like still, this in real life.
You could still send a Bitcoin transaction with the Blockstream satellite.
No, don't say that though. And there's also some smaller applications of mesh
networks.
We're not going to mention those things, okay?
And radio transmissions.
Exactly, right? Like look, again, this is just such garbage, and these people just, these are like retro. Like, no joke, these people fell out of the garbage and they started talking these narratives. And anyways, okay. So here we go. This is where more fun happens. I don't even know where they come up with this stuff, but this is pretty much where we're going to end it off. Okay. We're going to start with the top one here. The adjustment period is 2 weeks. A large drop in price can kill the chain within that period of time. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. So why would the price drop matter? Why would it make a difference? Why do they think that this is all correlated? And also, they have no knowledge of validation nodes. By the way, they only focus on miners, which is hilarious. So they're sitting here with like random pieces of the puzzle. And then we're going to end it with this. You have to imagine what would happen if no blocks were produced for 2 weeks. What would happen to the price? No transactions would get through. The price tanks further. It's a death spiral. Oh my gosh. They just killed Bitcoin. We never thought of that. What would happen? I mean, are you kidding me? Really? How does that even happen, though? Where does every single miner come together and collude not to churn out one block? When does that happen? Where's the committee for this? I just tell me, what am I missing here?
You're not how did anything.
How did I miss this fail? How did I miss that this is how we die? How did I miss that?
Dude, you're not missing anything, man. We just saw it. We saw Marathon, tried to pull off the clean blocks. They got absolutely annihilated. It's just and look, if the power goes out, bro, for an extended period of time, I'm telling you, sending a Bitcoin transaction is going to be the least of your worries. But you know what you can do if the power goes out? You could bring that Bitcoin with you. If you bring your seed with you, you could bring your cold card with you. You could bring it with you. Now, you necessarily can't spend it if the power goes out, but at least you could bring it with you. But you got you got bigger problems, bro. Dude, you can't call anybody. There's going to be crime. You can't get food. Bro, I live in Florida, so I've seen this happen during hurricanes, right? And no one's really worrying about about sending a Bitcoin transaction. What they're worrying about is staying safe and having food and water, man. And having light, dude. So yeah, man. It's absolute BS narrative. And Nassim Taleb, this guy is an egomaniac. He keeps going. He went to the CoinGeek conference.
Just that alone. I mean, are you kidding me? Endorsing
that nobody went to
a shit fork?
Exactly. That nobody went to. And he doesn't believe in whatever the fuck they're peddling at that conference.
He's getting paid.
He's just going there to, stroke his ego. Because he's
right.
He can't stand that he's wrong. And these Bitcoiners, whatever, that they're too toxic and whatnot. Whatever fucking label they try to give us. Yeah, man, and fuck him, dude. Apologize for using that word. Have fun staying poor, Nassim Taleb. But anyway.
He's such an idiot, though. I mean, seriously, what a putz.
Yeah, dude.
No, but seriously, how does that happen where no blocks are produced? How does that even happen? I was trying to think about it. I'm so how does everyone just not produce blocks? You can tell me every single miner shuts down?
Okay, so what would need to happen, because for the mining perspective, is that there would be a need to be a coordinated effort globally, right?
By every miner.
Right, to shut down every single computer supporting and mining Bitcoin. So they would have to be coordinated all at once, because if it just happened somewhere,
a block will still be mined.
The Bitcoin network would detect that there's some type of attack happening, and the hardcore Bitcoiners like us, we would spin up our CPUs and we would start mining Bitcoin like that. You get what I'm trying to tell you?
Absolutely.
So, like, dude, it would have to be totally globally coordinated all at once.
In other words, it's physically impossible.
Because if not, all of us, we will start spinning up our computers and mining with our fucking computers just to keep the network alive. Because, like we've always said, we will die on this fucking hill.
Exactly.
Right? And we all got fucking computers. And the government doesn't have as much as its fucking population. Anyways.
Nope. It's true.
Fuck, I wish that was part of the segment. But anyways, let's move on.
Well, you were recording, so you could throw it in.
It's time for
the Daily Meme Review.
All right, everybody. The meme for today is brought to us by the European Central Bank. Check them out. They're a dying institution, but they're peddling a shitcoin. It's called the digital euro, and it would be a powerful push for digitalization, offering a safe, costless means of payment, allowing intermediaries to provide services with digital. So yeah, that's the meme. Just kidding. It's the Bitcoin. It's the Bitcoiner. This is why toxicity is important, right? Because the Bitcoiners are putting these memes, they're getting engagement, and people are noticing this, and it's like, what is this, right? He's pointing it out. He says, money needs to be decoupled from politics. Politicians and bankers have proven beyond a doubt that they are completely irresponsible managing it. Central bank issued surveillance coins controlled by elites with rules and expiration dates is slavery. And I would even add to that, I would say it's politicians, bankers. It's not them. It's humans in general. Take the humans out of the element. Rules without rulers. That is what Bitcoin is. Check this out. Check out the meme. People, central banks, Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoiners. Fix the money, fix the world, Bitcoin mass adoption. Absolutely, because Bitcoin empowers the individual. Because it empowers the individual so much, I thought this was a pretty badass, Roman, general helmet. Check it out. It's made of steel.
Very I like cool. It.
So yeah, Phil, what about you?
Solid score, my friend. I like that. The warrior. All right, I am going with, especially in these times right now with these good prices, I'm going with a stack of corn.
Oh, wait, do it again. It didn't focus.
Stack of corn.
Yeah. Awesome.
Wooden stack of corn.
A wooden stack of corn, a Roman helmet, general helmet, I guess. Anyways, guys, do you agree with our scores? Do you disagree? Let us know down in the comments. Rate our score. But anyways, Phil, it's time for
the Daily News, sponsored by Crypto Cloaks.
All right, everybody. So check this out. Michael Saylor follows through. He's starting to accumulate those fields of corn, like Phil always says. Check out this press release for today. MicroStrategy acquires additional Bitcoins and now holds over 105,000 Bitcoins in total. And this is a press release. MicroStrategy Incorporated, the largest independently publicly traded business intelligence company, today announced that it had purchased an additional approximately 13,000 Bitcoins, approximately for $489 million in cash, at an average price of approximately $37,617 as of June 21st. 2021, MicroStrategy holds an aggregate of approximately 105,085 Bitcoins, which were acquired at an aggregated purchase price of approximately $2.741 billion at an average purchase price of approximately $26,080 per Bitcoin, inclusive of fees and expensive. MicroStrategy LLC, blah, 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 blah. That is,
he's still up.
That is a crap ton of corn, and the average purchase price was 26,000. Right,
he was at 24,000 a couple of months ago.
Yeah, no, but the average purchase price of he was at
no, I know, but his average purchase price was $2,000 less before. Even with what he's buying, he's still up.
That's crazy, dude. So now there's a floor. There's the Michael Saylor floor, which is the 26,000, dude.
Yeah,
he's gonna defend that to the death, man. So it's just crazy, dude. That's bro. That's conviction right
And
there.
even if he doesn't, we will buy his weak hands. I don't care.
Bitcoin.
I don't care. I will buy his bags. I don't give a shit.
Bro, exactly, because it's not about the number. I mean, it is
They
number
don't
go
get
up.
it.
Number go up.
But they don't
is,
get it.
It's a secondary effect. It's a secondary effect. It's
number
the
go
freedom.
up is just on the road.
It's the freedom, dude. It's the freedom. We want freedom. We hate their system, their history, their system of slavery. But anyways, Phil, to end the news segment, we talked about this yesterday, but we kind of ran out of time. As you guys might have noticed, right? Huge hash rate drop coming out of China. Chinese Bitcoin mining pools see further hash rate plunge on Sichuan shutdown order, right? There's a shutdown order from the government. Check out this tweet from Documenting Bitcoin. In the last 24 hours, Foundry USA is the only major Bitcoin mining pool that increased in hash rate. As you can see, these are huge drops in hash rate from those Chinese mining pool. That's huge. Here's a graph of the actual hash rate drop, right? You know, since March, like this is an all-time low since that time, you know, so huge crash. And this was kind of a video of essentially, we don't know if like this is actually we don't know if this is actually them shutting down the miners because of the order, but this did come out the day that happened, and it just played. But what's really interesting about it is that a Paraguayan politician said hello, waiting for all of you in Paraguay, right? And that just goes to show, like, just because, you know, miners in China are shutting down and taking a huge percentage of the hash rate with them, the Bitcoin network is architected in a way where it incentivizes other countries or other players, not necessarily other countries, but other individuals to pick up where China left off. Essentially, because the pie, right, of the Bitcoin, the Bitcoin reward, right, for finding the block stays the same, right? But now you have a huge percentage, like 30-40% of the hash rate, Chinese miners just going offline. That pie stays the same, so it attracts more miners, right? And also the difficulty adjustment, you know, it adjusts lower, making it easier to find a block, right? So yeah, man, it's crazy. It's awesome to see the Bitcoin game theory of incentives play out, Phil. Like, it's just so awesome. And I dude, I'm calling it right now, Phil. I'm calling it. In a geopolitical, like on a geopolitical level, China will regret this in the future. They had a majority of the hash rate in their country, and now they're giving it away to Western democracies, open societies, right? And China is not, right? China's a CCP, but they had control of the freedom money in a sense. They didn't have control of it, but they had the majority of that hash rate within its borders, and they willingly gave that away. So that's interesting. I want to see how that plays out.
You know what? There was an interesting conversation today in TCBP this morning, Taco Carnivore Bitcoin Plebe Telegram group. And it had to do with exactly this, right? You know, like, so, okay, we've got miners leaving China. So first of all, China isn't the kind of, well, I shouldn't say isn't the kind of place, but the Bitcoin miners in China, they don't care about censoring transactions. They're not going to listen to the US government. You know what I mean? The other piece to this is that these miners, right? I'd be happy to see them go pretty much almost anywhere, except here. Because here, right, back in the US is where we want to censor all these transactions. This is where we want to do a lot of this stuff. Maybe even also in Europe. So I'd like to see these mining consortiums, you know, if they are going to be splitting up, I would like to see them go to countries that are, you know, not friendly to that type of behavior.
I have a little bit more faith in the US of A, Phil. I think the Constitution, the way it's structured, how the individual states have a lot of authority over the federal government, and you see, you know, Texas, you see Wyoming, you see Florida, right? You recently saw the governor, or sorry, the mayor of Miami saying he's going to use nuclear power to mine Bitcoin, right? So like I have faith. Maybe that's very naive of me, but I let's see what happens, dude. I feel more comfortable having more of the hash rate coming to the United States rather than it being in China, right? And that's exactly what's happening. And yeah, of course, it's gonna go, bro. Everyone around the world's incentivized to go mine Bitcoin right now because a lot of the players just left the network.
I also like that it destroys the shitcoin narrative, right?
Yes.
Of all of the miners being centralized in China. Well, now they're not.
No, they're not.
So, so what do you got now? Oh, my circus.
Oh man.
My yield.
Man.
My rug pulls.
My sushi. My yam.
My rug pulls.
Yeah. All the food shit tokens. It's just so stupid.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, Phil, there was a software release today, which I have to actually do myself. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Software releases. Looks like we've got Blue Wallet version 6.1.6 that was released, and that's down below in the show notes.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. All right, guys, before we go, we want Phil, there was a very interesting comment from one of the plebs yesterday. Why don't you tell everybody?
Yeah, we obviously encourage everybody to comment, and this is a great show, partially I'd say in big part, because of the fans, right? Because people aren't afraid to tell us what they think, and it helps us. Anyways, we've got a, like Nico said, fellow pleb said, bro, I enjoyed the hard work you put into your content, but would greatly appreciate if the bad language ceases. My kids were not happy. So this is something that Nico and I have been discussing actually for a little bit. It's tough because we don't know if we want to go necessarily in the direction of the family friendly show. Sometimes I know that everyone's going to have a different opinion on this, but I sometimes feel that swearing actually adds color to the conversation. So, but again, right? They obviously don't think that, young children should have to hear it, even though they're exposed to just as many other horrible things. But still, I completely understand, I wasn't exposed to people swearing as a kid, so I can completely relate. What are you thinking, man?
Yeah, man. Look, and on the other side of the coin, we could get this, we could get the signal out to more people, right? Making it family friendly. And of course, the YouTube secret mysterious algorithm also likes more family friendly content. But at the same time, this is simply Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin show, right? This is a Bitcoin pleb show, so we would be censoring language, right? And that's kind of against our ethos because that's kind of like what Bitcoin is, right? So, it's tough, but we're definitely thinking about what we'll do. But for now, Phil, I think, what do you think?
Make a best effort,
We'll make a best
effort. And, in my typical Canadian self, I'll apologize and say sorry. just apologize in advance for all the terrible things we're going to say in the future.
Yes, okay. So we apologize for any of the shit that we'll say in the future. I'm sorry, man. This is just go with it. We might change it in the future, but just go with it. But anyways, guys,
we're sorry, but thank you for your support.
Exactly. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the show, you know what to do. Smash that like button, smash it. And of course, if you want to continue hearing the news from the Bitcoin perspective and the catastrophic fiat and shitcoin fails, definitely consider subscribing. And we will see you tomorrow for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.
Shitcoins aren't real.